Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Can you believe it's Friday and the weather is beautiful? We had wedding bells on the show, we had baby bells, and we spoke about how Dubai could introduce flexible work hours.
And so if you are not subscribed to the Lovin Dubai show podcast, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts from, and don't forget as always to enjoy the show.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. It is Friday morning and we are so excited to kick off your weekend with you. We have got wedding news, we've got baby news, and also Dubai plans flexible work hours and better bus routes to ease traffic.
As well, sadly, Dubai taxi prices rise after petrol prices as well have increased.
Wedding bells are ringing. Abdu Rozik announces his engagement to an Emirati woman.
As well, 10 million people visited Global VIlage this season.
Also, do stay tuned because at 8:50 we are going behind the scenes and taking at the look of cast of Specter Blackout.
And as well, it is 216 days since the genocide began on October 7 in Gaza. The current death toll stands at 34,844, while the number of injured people is 78,404, and 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes, sadly.
In today's weather and also looking towards the weekend, we've got highs of 33 today, but it's only getting hotter this weekend. You could expect highs of 37 degrees Celsius on Sunday, so stay hydrated and stay in the shade. Before we jump into our top Dubai news, we're going to do, we don't do this that often,
All right.
but international celebrity news when needed, when it's huge, we'll go into it.
We should. So, Hailey and Justin are expecting a baby. Are you excited? Honestly, I'm really excited for that.
Congratulations, baby beebs.
Oh my God, I can't believe, because like young me, I was obsessed with Justin Bieber.
Same, I liked him a lot.
I was convinced I was going to marry him. And I remember when he got with Selena Gomez, I was heartbroken. I was like, so he's cheating on me. I've lived it all. And yeah.
And then the Selena Gomez, so I didn't go too deep into it at that time. So the Selena Gomez thing happened, and then the Hailey Bieber thing happened. And then all I know is that there was a massive kind of falling out, if you will, on the internet between, you know, Team Selena
and
Team Hailey.
Yes.
And even now, how many years on, I don't know, after a wedding, and they waited a fair amount of time before they decided to start a family, and you tell me the day after Hailey Bieber announces this joyous news, there are still people bringing up that relationship.
That is true. So what happened is, because I think Selena posted after the announcement of the baby, you know, it's an
Did she say like congratulations? Did she say?
Didn't say anything.
Was it anything to do with that?
Nothing, not at all. It was nothing. But
she posted.
Internet is wild. But she posted, and not only
God
did she
forbid.
post, she even had like stories, right? And this is where internet gets me. I opened my TikTok profile today, and I see on my For You page, of course, the Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber news all over my For You page. But not only that, they were like, oh yeah, now watch Selena go into a mental breakdown once again for what happened. Because you remember how like she went into a mental breakdown for rehab when Justin announced his engagement to Hailey. So people go like, oh yeah, she had a mental breakdown because of that, and then she had her song.
Do people realize that even saying like this type of conversation is what causes it?
That is true. And by the way, even Selena has mentioned it before, like, you guys need to stop the rumors. But the people on internet feel so entitled to their relationship because it's very much on screen. It was very much on screen, and as well for Hailey and Justin. They just like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, you know what, the paparazzi will take a picture of them, like, I don't know, like having a bad day. It's like, oh yeah, Justin and Hailey are getting a divorce. It's like,
you know what, though, if we all look back at our 16-year-old relationships, and if you are, I don't know, is Selena dating someone?
Yeah, she is.
So she's dating someone.
Yeah, she is.
So even if your 16-year-old relationship announces they're pregnant and getting married, like, even if it doesn't matter, you still, like, there's still a thought there. There's still all right, okay, good for you.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah.
But how annoying, it's like it's okay to have those thoughts, totally normal, but how annoying to have the world dissect your every move for the next 6 months because someone else has made a life announcement. So annoying.
That is true. And specifically the fact that, you know what, they will be deciding on the behalf of Selena that she is devastated, that she is pissed, that she is hurt, that she is having a mental breakdown when she did not mention any of that. You know, on like if you want to think about it in this way, it's like they literally drove her crazy.
Okay, let's just jump on from this. Congratulations, Baby Beebs, big news on the celebrity front, but let's take it closer to home. Something we spoke about at the beginning of the week, it could actually be happening.
Which is very exciting. Now we are all stuck in traffic all the time. So Dubai plans flexible work hours and better but routes to ease traffic. So Dubai's Executive Council has revealed plans to address traffic congestion by expanding flexible work hours and remote work options across both public and private sectors. Additionally, initiatives include enhancing bus routes to cut travel times by up to 59%, as well as encouraging students to utilize school transport to reduce traffic around schools by 13%.
Acknowledging that the school traffic is one of the heavy reasons we are on the roads longer than we usually need to be. So these efforts are part of a broader strategy to solidify Dubai's status as a global economic hub and tourist destination. His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai, highlighted Dubai's ongoing investment in infrastructure, including the construction of the world's largest airport aimed at accommodating 260 million passengers annually with investment of 128 billion. This was all at the ATM yesterday. And the topic is really interesting considering the survey that the RTA asked us to fill out earlier in the week, saying, what are your thoughts on flexible work hours? What are your thoughts on work from home options? Is that possible for you? What are your opinions? And then a day later, they announce, with no set guideline, we don't have a timeline for this, but they announce that these are ways that could ease traffic.
100%.
I agree.
I honestly agree, and I love how like the RTA asked the residents for feedback, and the residents answered, and they just like immediately implemented that.
Would you start, because I think the thing is most people have a 9 to 6 day.
Yeah.
So, and I put this to you as well if you're watching, could you do a 7 a.m. to a 4 p.m.? Is that right? 7 to 4?
Yeah.
7 to 4?
7 to 4, yeah.
Hesham could do a 7. Would you rather like a 7 a.m. to a 4 p.m.? Massa would do it. You guys are in early anyway. 6 to 3.
Ooh.
6 to 3. Yeah, I'd love a 6 to 3. I did a 6 to 3 for a month. Or would you do like a 11 p.m. to 8 p.m.?
Honestly, I'd rather do early and finish like midday, because I feel like if you are starting late, then you are not taking advantage of your, you know, like of your day, like in the early time, or even you're gonna get stuck in traffic, like either way, like later on. So just like start early and finish early.
But then if everyone starts early, I'm just wondering but we're all kind of early starters here. Reality, like we're all in the office like 8 before 8. But anyone watching, would you go for the early start? Because if everyone goes for it, then the traffic is going to increase, and then therefore it's going to take us longer to get to work.
That is true.
You keep your late start times.
But you know what? I think people who need to come to the office, yes, come to the office, start early. But if you feel like your job can be done at home, why not? You know, maybe ease it up on everyone.
Yeah, why not? Just tell your boss.
Be like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't come.
Farah says work from home, especially with Dubai taxi prices on the rise.
Yes, sadly, you guys, this is sad news for me. So Dubai taxi prices rise after petrol prices have increased. As the price of petrol has increased slightly, so will your taxi fare this month, as the rate per kilometer has increased to 2 dirhams. 0.09, of course, from aid of 1.97. So your regular journey will cost just a little bit more as the rate per kilometers has increased.
I'm checking. I've been taking taxis all week, so I need to check. So the base rate has remained the same. That continues to be 12 dirham. Just remember the time you book your taxi. Will change the base rate.
So if you book during rush hours, you're bound to pay a little more, whereas when you hail a cab off the street on a random, let's say Saturday at 1 p.m., you'll be charged a little less, which, by the way, I've noticed this when I would like ask like order a cab during rush hours, it would be more expensive, and I'd be like, that's weird.
It's surge pricing, but it makes sense, and it's kind of in line with our previous conversation in terms of how do you keep people off the road, and if you know it's going to be more expensive to travel at this time, would you take your journey a little bit earlier?
I don't know, like what if like I have something to do, and I just cannot like leave, But
True, but if you're planning,
yeah, maybe I should just like drive and stop complaining.
But then you would be adding. Well, I guess taxi or driving, it's both adding to the traffic.
Yeah, I honestly agree. But I feel like it makes sense, the fact that since the petrol prices have increased, then the taxi rates have increased as well. Because if you are paying for petrol for your car, you are paying it for the taxi. You know what I mean?
As in, it makes sense that the prices have gone up a little bit.
Yeah.
It makes sense also in a way that it encourages people to either use public transport or take the bus. Yeah, public transport.
That's true, but like, oh my God, like the only thing that RTA still needs to fix is the traffic that happens on the metro during rush hour.
As in the number of people using the metro?
Yeah.
You can't fix that. They're building another metro line. They're working on it. They're building another metro line.
What I'm saying is that, like, for example, like we have this like thing of like when the metro comes, in our head, it's like, oh my God, this is the last metro station, I need to take it. Guys, chill. If it's too crowded, you can wait for 3 minutes, literally 3 minutes, and use the next bus.
Well, if we implement flexible working hours, you wouldn't have the same crush of people at the metro.
That is true.
So I love how there is a many-prong approach to improving, because it's flexible working hours, and also why not just build a new metro line, which is what Dubai is doing. Dubai is always one step ahead, and if we move back to the golden days, something that we love so much, we want to do a massive congratulations right now for Global VIlage, because they hit 10 million people visited Global VIlage this season.
It's honestly, it's amazing, and I can confirm that it is. I love Global VIlage.
Me too. And we also love a record in Dubai, as you guys know, particularly when it's one of our favorite spots. So a massive shout out to the hardworking teams down there as they hopefully embark on a much needed rest after welcoming this phenomenal record-breaking 10 million visitors this season.
Now, while it needs no introduction, Global VIlage is the region's leading multicultural family destination for culture, shopping, and entertainment. It's a brilliant family-friendly destination that hosts everything from thrilling concerts and immersive cultural experiences to shopping sprees and exhilarating rides.
And the numbers this season are whopping. So it was season 28. And they celebrated diversity, so they had 90 cultures showcased across 27 pavilions. 400 artists were on display, delivering 40,000 performances. As you're aware, 200 entertaining rides, 3,500 shopping outlets, and more than 250 dining options. And it's the dining part that I love so much. Never get bored of the food streets.
I love it. I go to Global VIlage, and every pavilion of every country actually makes you live the culture and the experience as if you're actually in the streets of that country.
You showed me videos yesterday of Syria.
I showed you. So technically, I haven't been to Syria in so long, and sometimes I do miss home. Even though I'm not born there, I don't know how it happens.
Yeah, it's a funny old thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Sometimes I do miss home. However, like when I go to the Syrian pavilion, I feel like I'm in Syria.
Really?
Literally. It's
What's the vibe?
The vibe is like, oh my God. So technically, if you're Syrian, you are probably aware of the Souq al-Hamidiyeh, the street. It's a very popular fashion street of filled with food, businessmen trying to sell you things, and it's not like a mall, like a mall here. It's like a very traditional, nice mall. I think I would show you later on after the show, and it's like the guy will be like, oh khidi تفضلي, and he will follow you wherever you go till you try the perfume. And he will, even with food, with turmos for example, the guy will follow you. Even he wouldn't just urge you to get the food, but he would want you to try the food, and you will at the end of the day have probably tried a lot of food around the street. And what I love at the Syrian pavilion is the fact that you go there and there is that vibe. they're all Syrians and they're all like vibing, singing, and it feels like home.
Sweet.
It is.
You know what I've never actually done is the theme park there.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, I've never actually, like, because obviously I've been plenty of times, I've done the food and the street performances, like it's a party every time, but I've never done like those, so I need to go back for that purpose, but it's going to be next season because they've now closed, but as we said, like astonishing numbers, 10 million people through the doors, but we're going to jump in to our next story. Before we jump in, is Farah's mic okay?
Is my mic okay?
They want you to change the place of the mic.
Okay.
On the dress. Not next to the scarf.
Sorry, you guys.
I think it's more important that we sound okay.
Yeah. Sorry to everyone who's watching. Is that good?
How are we? Instagram, can you hear us okay? We got a thumbs up from Massa, which means it's time to move on to our next story. Wedding bells, ding, 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 ding. We got some news yesterday that 20-year-old singer and boxer Abdu Rozik is tying the knot on July 7th. That's right, he's fallen in love. His new beau is 19 years old and she is from Sharjah.
Wow, well, as well, which is honestly amazing. It's kind of like shocking because Abdu Rozik, also known as Hezbollah nemesis, shared the happy news yesterday, and there is some talk swirling around who the bride is and whether he's going to do a surprise performance at the ceremony or not. That is honestly very exciting because out of everyone I imagined to get married, he was like, it was shocking news, if I can just like maybe summarize that into a word.
We are such big fans of Abdu Rozik.
Yes.
So, a little bit of background. I've interviewed him twice. Mm-hmm. The first time was in our old office in JLT, probably 3 or 4 years ago. And I had seen his videos online, you know, but when he came into the studio, so he was famous online, he had millions and millions of views, but he actually couldn't speak English, and he was quite, I think at the time it was quite, we had like an interpreter to do the interview, and I felt like he was quite nervous. And when he came in here just like 3-4 months ago, he's learned English, he's been on Big Boss, and such a personable guy, and just so like, he's so humble. And he's done incredibly. You know, he's kind of got like an entourage, like a family that travel with him, and they've become famous worldwide. And he's just really hardworking. So, massive congratulations to him.
Yes, what are the good news? What's wrong with the good news today? Like Hezbollah getting married,
baby
Justin Bieber is
we're all getting
a baby.
Work.
We're getting flexible work. What next? Oh my God, I'm actually
It's my mum's birthday. It's my mum's birthday. She's 75.
By the way, guys, we need to sing for her happy birthday. Let's sing for her happy birthday. Let's do it.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mommy. Happy birthday to you. She's 75. It's a big one.
She looks, guys, whoever's watching this show, I would want to grow up and be her.
She's glam.
She works out. She is very active. She has like the pearls, and I was like, I need to be her. If
she actually is watching, she sleeps late. She'll be online in about half an hour. If she sees that, she'll say, Farah, I don't work out. I don't do this. I don't do this. But she does. She walks, she swims. Yeah. She's so active, but she just thinks that she's not.
I mean, you know, it's very easy to be like, oh yeah, no, I'm not good enough. But you know what? Maybe you should see yourself from other people's eyes.
Mama.
And we all see you. I see you as like. Actually, you know, I was like, she looks with her hair done and her pearls and her nails. I was like, that needs to be me at 75.
Yes, she's mom vibes. And it's her birthday, so I'm cooking for her only the starter this evening. So and she was a chef, so let's hope that my starter matches up to hers. Thank you. I don't cook. I don't know why it's been fallen onto me to do the cooking, but as it happens, that's what's happening. It is 8:48 on this fabulous Friday, and next up, Farah got to sit down with the cast of Blackout Specter.
Of course, they were amazing. We got to sit down. We talked a lot about a lot of things. We talked about how they actually got scared because they didn't know what was happening in the movie while they were acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The director did not tell them about any of the things. So like they did not know. They had to like solve the puzzles like while they were actually acting.
Wild, paranormal stuff.
Yes.
Shot and filmed in Dubai, and it's getting a lot of attention.
And as well, they actually have a rating of 9.6 on IMDb.
ZTV.
Because, so the rating is really high. And not only is it, by the way, like good, you can see the chemistry between all of the actors because it's very essential and needed, you know what I mean? Because it's not easy to just like go with someone and be like, hey, yeah, let's act. You know, oh yeah, I can pretend, I can act. It's not like that, right? But it shows the fact that they are all together as a team and they all are actually understanding of everything. And they actually gave me a lot of behind the news scenes that you would want to actually really tune in for.
Right after this break. Have a great weekend and we'll see you on Monday.
Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today our guests are the cast members of Specter, the Blackout show that is, by the way, filled with mystery, thrill, and excitement. Joining us, the cast members, that we have a lot of questions that we're going to be talking about season 1 and possibly season 2. Hi guys, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We're so excited to ask you a lot of questions. We are sure that everyone around has a lot of questions, just like I do.
Yeah.
Yes, we've seen the trailer, we've seen the show, and it's filled with, as I said, you know, thrill, mystery, and I would say a lot of scary, spooky stuff.
Yeah.
So, my first question is, what is the premise and genre of the series?
It's actually a thriller series. Okay. Basically, it's about a few people going into an escape room. They are actually auditioned for a casting call, and where they find out that everything is like they really don't know whether it's really happening to them or is it a game. So that's the whole thing about Specter Blackout in season 1.
Well, speaking of the fact that, you know, the cast actually in the series, they go to a casting call. So how do you think the concept of a casting call within an escape room sets the tone in the overall premise of the series?
Come again, I didn't get you.
Oh yeah. So how do you think the concept of the casting call within, you know, the escape room sets the tone of the overall series?
I mean, see, the idea for doing a casting call is because all of the people in the movie, they all need money. So they have nowhere to go, and it's like do or die situation. So that's how they get a call, and they apply for it, and they get called to a casting call where we have like different rooms and different puzzles where they sort it out. So that's the whole idea about it. And the idea which actually goes to the second zone, which is the real story, which is starting, which of course we don't want to tell you right now, because the real story, it's just begin in season 2. Season 1 is just, it's like giving you, appetizer.
Yeah. Speaking of like real story, we often hear like directors on other horror movies say things like, oh yeah, we encountered this actual horror situation that happened with us. Did any horror situation happen with you guys while shooting the movie?
I guess Joe, you can answer that.
So, well, a real horror situation, honestly, was the expressions that we had, and let me tell you that those were real. Each surprise, each new thing that happened behind the door that we didn't know about, because each of the cast members, none of us actually knew what's going to happen. So, Zenofer, as a director, kept it really, really surprising, even for us. So when let's say if there's a door opening, and we're crossing that, and we're like, oh, what's that? So that was real. I won't say a paranormal thing happened in our real life, which I would connect to this, but no, there on the set, it was quite horror.
So you guys did not know what was the next, I would say, horror thing?
So that how I would want to put it up is, see, I believe in real reactions. Okay, that is more better than something where you, of course, we did go on, we had some training sessions and everything, but they didn't know exactly how the room would look, because if I would have shown it to them, I don't think so they would have performed what they have really performed so good about it. So that's the reason I kept it like a surprise. So whenever like they saw some puzzle, I'm like, oh, this is how it is, that kind of, situation which everybody faced. And I think we did really good, I'm believing.
Wow, I mean, honestly, this is very nice, because usually, when you would think that actors do know what's going to be coming next, right?
Yeah.
So to get like the actual reaction out of the actors, which I would say is very genuine to the
If
audience.
you see the big actors, how they do their situation is they are like, if they're given a character, they start practicing that character for nearly weeks or even months, so that they are that character. So we didn't do that, because I took a different, see, every director has a different way or different essence to put it up to their work. So I took up this essence, like, okay, let them not be in the character, let them have that surprise, because escape room is about surprises. I don't know whether you've gone to an escape room. So when you go to an escape room, it's about surprises. Like, you don't know where the puzzles are coming up. You need to sort out the puzzles. You don't know who's going to come next to you or in front of you. So it was like, it's something different. And I guess my team really loved that.
Yes.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah. I can imagine, honestly, I would be scared. I would fear my life. But of course, speaking like you're a director yourself, this is a very, I would say, unique approach. So what are some of the horror movie directors that you would love to collaborate with?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Do I repeat my question? Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
I forgot the guy's name,
All right.
actually.
Well, you can just
He is
mention the movie.
Okay,
yeah.
and okay, fine, I'll let.
Yeah. So, of course, because your approach as a director is very unique. Honestly, it's very rare to find directors that are actually really invested in, I would say, having their movie or their actors, I would say, have the movie be as genuine and as native as possible. And your approach is very beautiful.
Yes.
So, if you can give me a director that you would love to collaborate with, a horror movie director.
Okay, so I watch a lot of horror movies, which is not only English or Bollywood, which actually I feel the amazing horror movies which are done is Indonesian ones. Okay, because I don't remember the director's name. I'm sorry about that. But his direction, and I think the name of the movie is like, I would not say that there is a content, but the way it's put it up, the camera angles and the place, the art direction, everything is amazing about it. And it's called something like The Doll or something, which is on Netflix. If you watch it, see, a movie is about not just sitting and watching. The movie is about the viewers getting into that situation and feel how it is. His color grading, the way he's done it. I would love to work with him one time. But of course, he is in Indonesia. It's in an Indonesian. Even Thai movies are very good. They are also very. You can really feel it. You really get scared. So those kind of movies, directors, I would love to work with, because it's scary.
100%, I do agree with you. But speaking of as well art, of course, influencers get free stuff. People who are famous get free stuff. So did you take any props from the set?
Okay, now the prop in the escape room was something called Blackout. It's there in Dubai. And in addition to that, me as a director, we added a lot of props. Like if you see on the dining table, we just had only the dining table. But the food, the worms and everything what we did, it was our team, the art directors and, the makeup artist and everything. Because getting an art director in Dubai is very expensive, okay? Because that is, I think most of the people should understand that, and what I have learned throughout my studies, The art directors are very expensive because they do the entire rooms, how the setup is. If you see the setup which is done scary, that's what you're going to get scared. But if you're just going to, shout or scream or with the music, of course, everything blends together, but the art direction is very important.
Well, I do agree with you 100%. All right, well, how does it feel like as a director to get a 9.6 rating on IMDb? Because, it's not easy, right? And a lot of the best movies with the best directors and the best actors, they don't get such a rating. So.
I mean, to be very honest, we've been working on this for nearly like 1 year, okay? But the story which I was building up was from COVID, okay? But that's when we stopped. Because there was no shoots and people were dying, but still I just want to make this happen, and I feel really proud and amazing. To your question now for the IMDb rating, I'm very happy because this is my first series which is going on Z5 platform and OTT platform and working on other OTT platforms as well. So I'm quite happy, and the most amazing part is there are a lot of reviewers who've been comparing my story with Squid Game and Saw Room, which I believe that it's really amazing because they have compared my movie. When you compare my movie with these kind of big movies, it's just a wow. And I'm very happy they gave me these kind of ratings. I'm very happy about it. What about you guys? Yeah.
That for sure must be a privilege, I mean.
It is a privilege. It is a privilege.
Yes, for sure. Having your movie compared to, or your series, compared to Squid Game.
Yeah.
That is a wow moment for you.
Yeah, it is actually a matter of pride for me because at first they said, because it was written, it's a mixture of a Saw and Squid. Okay, fine. So they have compared, because always take the good part. Leave the negative behind, because the negative, I would tell all the filmmakers, the budding filmmakers, don't stop. Just keep going, because there is going to be a lot of obstacles
100%.
in front. That's not going to stop you. That's going to make you better, rather.
That's true.
So I'm quite happy in IMDb. We have she's telling me the rating. I don't know much. So it's good. Yeah.
Well, now let's get back to the series. So were there any stunts undertaken in the series that will leave the audience in shock?
Okay, there were some stunts between me and this gentleman who's sitting behind. Okay, so his name is Daniel, and he is a trainer, and he's an actor now as well. So basically, what happened was the stunts. This was the first time I'm doing a stunt, and it was very difficult for me because you can get hurt. You can really get hurt. Where few times I've had a lot of joint pains and everything where I got hurt in the wrong place, and it was really bad behind my head and lower back and everything. I would be, but Daniel was so nice because to get the force to hit him, I have to push him with force, which he really took it up in his chest. He did really take it, but what he did, the least expected, he pushed me so badly. That's where I got really hurt. So there was a scene where he pushes me.
Oh, God.
And literally, you don't know. It can be very easy while spoken in words.
Yeah.
But while done in action, it's really, it was really scary. And the guy, we had some... some stunt action people with us who taught us, and they did a real amazing job, and they helped us out. We practiced this quite some time, and of course, Daniel, can you explain? Because Daniel had a fight with one more gamer. His name is Edgar. His real name is Eddie. He's not in here today, but he's at work. So he and him, they had a fight, and I guess you got hurt, right? Would you like to say that?
Yeah, I hurt my lips. They were swollen, and both me and Edgar is a boxer since before. So it can be a little bit rough.
Yeah, and when we Actually, when we saw his lips was very swollen, I'm like, what the hell is that? It's like, no, I got hurt. And I think both of them. I mean, it was like, because it was not an acting fight. It was a real fight. Because otherwise you won't get it. You really won't get that feel of it. Yeah.
It's amazing because your actors don't know what's gonna happen next, and everything in the series is actually real. So their actions are real, and some of the, I would say, things that are happening are real.
Yeah, the thing is, the fight, you need to practice it, okay? Because there are some scenes, there are some, sessions which we have to go through so that our body, because I was also gymming just to get the whole thing out of it. But, when you hit a person, when you're practicing it, and at the time of the real fight, anything can go wrong. Because it's how I put it. You train, you learn for your exams. But when you go sit in an exam, what do you get? Different questions.
That's true.
So you will have to actually mold yourself into all these circumstances what you're going to face.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, were there any unexpected twists in the storyline that caught you off guard?
Yes, that's when I think Priya will tell what happened. I think everybody got. You can tell that I shouted. It's fine. You can tell her, and the rest I'll catch it up. You can,
So let me put it this way: that she's a perfectionist, and when you need perfection from others, you tend to have the shouting, scolding, and it's like because she wants that perfect shot from all of us, and as she correctly mentioned that we were not aware that what we are going to face. Everything was unexpected. So if you see our reactions, our expressions, they're so natural. Like you will feel that, oh, she's scared. She's genuinely scared. So everything was going in a different way. We didn't know that the art director or what props they are going to give us. So, playing with those props and trying to get everything aligned. And not to forget that this is a group of 8 people. It's not a small, it's not 1 or 2 that 1-to-1 we can adjust, we can do too many takes and, get it there. But they were 8 people all the time. It is so difficult to have that, chemistry and to understand each other. Like, oh, what he's going to do? Oh, that's where it's going there.
So that's the question, the answer to your question right now. There was a scene where we had to chuck it out because I didn't like it and it was not really gelling well. And I put a halt to the whole set. I told them I need time, and I took a week time, and I just did the whole scene later. So that was something, because I think at that time, I literally shouted where my whole team was looking at me whether I'm like gone crazy or something because, and the co-director, she's also a director, she's my daughter, Afra. So she was also stunned because she didn't know, sometimes you can go blank because we are also humans, we are not experts. Yeah. Everybody is, you can't call them as expert, you can make a mistake. So, but you should learn through that is a different story and then I just sat over, we took a month off, 3-4 weeks off, and then I brought the whole scenario, and you won't believe it, that is the best scene in the whole series.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes
so
maybe.
Before, I was very upset. It's like, oh my God, I performed so well, and that scene is not going to be there.